What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Fifth Quarter Tailgate. I'm Scott, but you probably already knew that. How you doing? What's going on, everybody? What's everybody drinking? Uh, did you watch Matt Madness? We had a little bit of an upset, maybe an upset. I don't know. Chad's pretty good, but the Grease was taken down. He is no longer in the Matt Madness. Chad moved on. Let's see here. I know I said I wasn't going to start till 11 p.m. Central, but I'm going to move it. I moved it up a little bit. What's up, Lil? Let's see who's all here. We got Eric Isaacson in the house. What's going on? We got Five Fingers. High five. Five Fingers. We had Whiskey Food Dude was in the house. How you doing, Slapshot? Dan O.B. As Slapshot's reminding you, hit that like on your way in. Tells people I went live. Let's see here. Lilith drinking the liquid IV. That might be me after tonight. I'm going to be drinking some pretty good whiskeys tonight, so we'll see what happens. Hey, Zach Pettit, go Big Red. So, Solus breaks the curse. Excited for tomorrow. Zach, I am not going tomorrow. I bought tickets, but I'm not going. I don't know. I something about the spring game. I just wasn't feeling it this year. It's gonna be a little chilly. I think they expect it to be in like the high 40s, and I just wasn't planning on sitting out there. So I'll watch it on TV like most other people. But Lil says, yes, Chad, sucks to be Grease. Hey, Grease did all right. Grease did okay. Steve Burkow. Cheers, Steve. Cheers, Mr. Jiggs. How you doing? Yeah, it's a little chilly. A little chilly. I'm getting tired of this weather. Nebraska needs to decide what it wants to do. It was 87 earlier this week, and then now I think it's going to be in the 40s for high 40s, low 50s for like the next like 10 days. I mean, pick one. I don't I don't know. I'm kind of I'm wanting summer vibes, I guess. I don't know. Mr. Jake says Dara got robbed, just saying, but congrats, Chad. That's the name of the game. They had what is it, the multiplier or whatever they called it. Um and It's all about how fast you type and yeah. So I don't know. But Chad won. He's moving on. You got to give it up to Dara. Dara did really well. Um, she's was probably my dark horse and did a lot better than last year. But and she came back strong after her last year. The what was it? The Indiana debacle. Uh, so. Uh, she trained hard and worked hard and she got, she beat the Grease. So there you go. What's up, Lee? How you doing? Good to see you. He says, cheers. Good to see you drinking something good tonight. Uh, well, I might mix in some Knob Creek 12 cast strength. I don't know. Yeah, agreed. I need to ramp up or down for weather. Yeah, I need to pick I either need to have to wear my winter coat or shorts and t-shirt. One of the two. Like I can't, this spring shit. I'm getting tired of it. Richie Z's in the house. How you doing, Richie Z, the man, the myth, the legend? Yep, Dare did great. Hey, Anthony, how you doing? Everybody go subscribe to Anthony over at Bourbon Neophyte. He goes live Sunday. Are you going live Sunday, Anthony? What's your topic going to be this week? Or are you like me and you have no idea about 3 minutes before you go live? Because that's 9 times out of 10, that's usually what it is for me. This time I had some planning. I had bottles already purchased, so I had planning. But with that, Bourbon Neophyte is going live on Sunday and talking about whiskey. That's always good. Yeah, that's good. What's up, Tony? How you doing? Saw you over at ADHD Whiskey, Matt Madness. Tony, you know we're never gonna hear the end of it that Chad beat the Grease. So we might have unleashed the beast. I think, I don't know. We might have our own. Chad might have his own video coming up. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, we've alluded to it. I've alluded to it already, and you saw the thumbnail. So I got some whiskey in. We got the Fourgate, the Kelvin Collaboration V, which is, I'll read the label here. Our heritage blend of Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, finished in Australian Mariposa, sherry, and añejo dark rum casks. And I want to say it's 7, 8, and 9 year bourbon. So it's a bourbon this year. And then I also, because one wasn't enough, I got another Fourgate. I picked up the Brazilian Ambarana Oak finished, which is 7 years. It's from their Majestic Wood series, which is something they're going to do. I think a lot more of it. That's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskeys finished in Ambarana oak casks. They also had it in the Japanese Mizunara cask. Every time I've had Mizunara, I've thought it kind of tasted like deodorant. So like, you know, that weird like sandalwood, and it also has like a coconutty thing to it. So it's just not my deal. So I didn't pick that one up. But before I do that, we should drink something that isn't as, I don't know. I need something a little bit more. What am I gonna pour here? Trying to find what I have. I'm like trying to restructure my or like categorize my whiskey list. So I have a bunch of floor whiskey right now. You know, I've been digging this one lately, and I've been talking about it a lot. But the Bardstown, the Bottle and Bond. So I'll pick that up. That's a nice little starter. All right. That one's pretty good for around $50 in my area, if you can pick it up. Let's see. Who am I missing anybody? I know I just saw yeah, the Miznar is different. Yeah. Katie Turk's in the house. Hey Katie, welcome. What's up, Tommy D? How you doing? You know, how's reminiscing about the 85 Bears? You doing well? Uh, Tony Bag of Donuts says whiskey hunting in San Antonio. Picked up some Balcones and still Austin cast strength. You know, I really I like still Austin cast strength. I'm not a big fan of Balcones, but yeah. Bourbon Neophyte says, "Who doesn't have floor whiskey?" I mean, that's pretty much yeah. You know, you start collecting whiskey and you lose you lose a you lose your floor to other whiskeys. Richie Z's asking, is that shirt the Scotch Down Under shirt with 100 whiskey channels on it? I don't know if it's 100, but there's definitely quite a bit. And yes, it is from Kin's channel, Scotch Down Under. If one of my mods can post um, the link to this, and you can go over on his channel and buy it. Let's see. And it's got pretty much every Whiskey Tube channel on there. In fact, it was the reason I bought it was because it was the first piece of merch with my actual logo. So I thought that was pretty awesome. He also has one that's just for like pub style channels like this one. And I'm also my logo's on that one as well. Mr. Jiggs asking, how's Discovery 8? Curious, the last one I got was 6 and it was meh. They are $160 here on the fence about getting them again, but 8 arrived today. I passed for now. I have not, I think 6 probably was the last one that I bought as well. So, yeah. That was the one with like all that like they used all the Dickel in 6. I think that was the last one I bought. I might have bought 7. No, I bought 7 because it was they, whatever, taking out some of the Tennessee. It is an awesome shirt. Yeah. Anthony says not worth the price. I would agree. I would kind of think that Bardstown is starting to outprice where they are, and they might need to dial back how much their bottles are. But yeah. So they've outpriced where I think that they shine is probably in the $110 to $125 range, and they're kind of getting in the 150. I've seen some as much as 180. That's too much for what it is. And Richie posted the link to Scotch Down Under. Yep. Go check him out. Go give Ken a subscribe. And we got Big Backyard BS saying cheers. How you doing, bud? Hey, Will. How you doing? Welcome. Let's see. 7 is when they first introduced to Canada. Yeah. And I think it added a little. The Canada I thought was fine. It added a little sweetness. Oh Well, that bottle's really opened up, even since like I've had it for maybe 3 or 4 weeks now. Of that, the Origin series. What I do like is that Origin series though, because they, it's under $50. Um, Bottle and bond, it's 6 years. It's all their distillate now. So if you can find it, definitely check it out. Let's see here. Check out Big Vic's Backyard BS. We'd like to subscribe to all the people. Let's see here. Will's asking, did anyone grab the Two Souls new release? Man, their source indie barrels are spectacular. I don't think I've ever had Two Souls. But maybe somebody else. Maybe somebody else can chime in there for you, Will. Richie's asking, which of the Origin series do you like the more? I've still only had the Weeder. Yeah, I like the Bottled and Bond, the black label or brown label or whatever it is. Probably the most. The regular Kentucky Straight, it's a little youthy. You can kind of still tell that it's a little youthy for me. Maybe it just needs to open up, but you can check that out. All right, I'm gonna open it up. See if anybody wants to come hang out, and then I'll open the Kelvin. Let's see here. It's there, and it should be pinned, hopefully. And there you go. If anybody wants to come hang out for a little bit. Yeah, definitely definitely check out the Origin series. I really appreciate it. For what it is. I mean, it's there's not very many whiskeys now that you can get that are as quality as quality for under $50. Let's see here. They've been on Lifetime Whiskey, and the stuff they're dropping is around 90 to 10 for 110 for amazing bottles. I'll have to check them out. Might be something I want to sample before I buy. Yeah. Add Mr. Hockey himself. How you doing?
Sure.
What's up, Slapshot?
Having a little Eagle Rare store pick in honor of Matt Madness.
Yeah. He did it again, man. He did it again. He did the Eagle Rare. I was watching this and they were kind of describing it, and I was like, are these all the same? Like, I even like some of their tasting notes. I was like, from one to another, I was like, man, these got to be the same. But then I was like, there's no way. There's no way he can do. He would do that again,
Cheers, Richie.
But of course, he does it again because he's Matt. And, he's Matt. He's ADHD. We love him for it. Let's see. What else did I have going on today or this week? Thanks to I don't have them in front of me because the box is outside, or out there. But Mojo, everybody knows, seen Mojo. He sent me some samples with some kind of old school Blantons, and I think there was a Wild Turkey Japanese in there. So that some really crappy whiskeys, some terrible, old, 1989 Blantons or whatever it is. You know, so can't wait to not, enjoy that whiskey at all. That's sarcasm. I also got I got more stickers. So if anybody wants a sticker, just hit me up. I'll send you a sticker. Why not? I think you got a couple stickers there, Brian, right?
Yep, stickers. They're too far to reach with the kitty on my lap. Oh, no,
No worries. Oh, you got a coaster?
a coaster.
I'm debating whether I want to do another run of those coasters.
I like
only
it.
did.
It's cool.
I think they're cool as hell, but
Plus, what I like about them is, like, on these ones that do the, like people that have like a
like
coffee
soft
table that's like uneven boards or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Work on it without rocking.
Nice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like it because like when I'm streaming, like it deafens it's soft, so it deafens rather than
hear this.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but Gizmo is in the house.
He's always in the house.
For about 2 seconds. And he's like,
yeah, he comes and goes. He does what he wants because he's in charge. Right, buddy.
Yep. Richie says Matt does have a cruel side. Absolutely. I don't know, man. Based on my last couple showings of the Livewire whiskey blinds, I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I think I might be retiring the entering of the blinds because I am not good at it. I still like. I don't know.
Yeah, Mike.
Still got to do yours,
Yeah, we're gonna do mine
at some point.
Because I didn't take mine to Colorado because I thought he was doing one with Jason C that night. So.
Oh yeah.
I would have, and then that fell through.
You've done it that night, yeah.
Yeah, but that would have been just a clusterfuck because it was busy,
I'll be honest. I'm gonna have to go back and look, but I don't know if I have if I still have the bottles.
Oh, well, as long as you know what they are.
I know what they are. Like I've got it saved, but I don't have the bottles anymore. Those are.
Gotcha.
Well, I only poured those about 3 years ago. Just kidding. All right. Oh man, that's a good bottle. That Bardstown 6-year for what it is. Oh man, might have to pick that up. Live shot.
What's that?
I said you might have to pick that up, bud, or have somebody pick it up for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
I think we're supposed to. We might get them because we've had the last couple of the fusions. We've got them, so we might actually be getting those.
And I think it'll be it's gonna be like an everyday thing. They're just gonna have it available, and I think as the years go on, like it'll get older, which will be kind of nice. Mr. Jinx says, "Stop buying at the start of the year. This week got Stag 19, Charlie's Batch Bookers, each chiller single small batch or single barrel. I think it's single barrel. Another cigar blend, but I'm not buying anymore. The last bottle that you buy is the last bottle that you're gonna buy. I buy. In fact, somebody hit me up today. They asked me if I wanted a bottle, and I said, "Yep, I do." So it happened. Even though I just bought the Fourgates, which let's get to that. Let me uncork that and pour it. See if we're gonna I'm going to start with the Kelvin collab. I might do the Amberana. We might. I don't know. I might not. I'll see what I get to.
Yeah, I had
Let's see here.
one of Mike's private select cast Fourgate.
Yeah. Is that like a toasted
Kelvin,
rye
oh,
or?
the Barossa Creek.
Oh, that was good.
That was really good.
That
And
was
then
probably of the
Split
ones that I
Stave.
got a bottle of last year. That was my favorite.
Split Stave.
Yeah.
I liked it. I
That
liked
was
that
the
one. I think I had the Kelvin 3. Yes, Kelvin 3.
okay.
I always take picture bottles when I go places like that because
Yeah.
ain't no way in the world I'm gonna remember what I drank.
I would have like if I'm drinking like that, like where I'm just drinking a bunch of bottles, I would have to take pictures because I would forget what I drank.
Yeah, and it's all shit I don't own, so I
Yeah.
couldn't be like, yeah, it was that bottle.
All right. Pause for cork. Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of splashed me in the eye, but let's see here. Um, let the Kelvin 5 rest for a few minutes. Yeah, I probably will. I'm gonna pour it out and then let it rest.
Oh yeah, Jigs.
All right. Pour enough so that it's pretty good. I might also compare it to kind of apples to oranges because they're so different each year. But I might compare it to the 4. I still have some of that.
Let's go on Five Fingers.
So you can look at it's pretty decent color there. Not bad. You got rum and sherry cask influences. So you hope to get like the sweetness of the rum, and then sherry can go a lot of different ways. I don't know. Are you talking about hockey here with Jigs?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Got you. Second loss since March 14th. Don't mind the loss. Keeps them away.
Hey, Drew.
Minus their top 2 centers.
Yeah, I still got him winning the cup.
Howdy, Darrell. How you doing? Darrell, have you picked up the Kelvin Collab 5 yet? I know that you got a few of them as well. I know you've had it because I know you told me that you really enjoyed it, but I wasn't sure if you bought a bottle yet or not. Everybody go check out Darrell on Wednesdays with Jeffrey Wack and Kelsey Dime with Hello Whiskey Friends. He says, yes, sir. Divvied it up. Dived into that a couple weeks ago. Love it. Yeah. So how was your trip out to Stalls?
It was good.
Right?
Yeah. Had a whole bunch of good. Tommy D picked me up on Friday from the airport since Mike was on Matt Madness.
Sorry to hear that.
And then
Just kidding. We love Tom.
Then we, there when he was on there, he got off there and we drank some good stuff. And then Saturday we did some woodworking. Finished that plaque for Adriana. Finished up a flight board for Cheech. Made a little sign of mine with the
I like
laser.
that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Might have to have him make me a sign.
Yeah, it's cool, and you can
Do
set the
something.
laser different. I've never done anything with laser, and
Oh yeah.
you can set the laser so it's kind of like a different font. So like the beard, all the black part is actually rough, so the beard's actually rough.
Oh, nice, nice. So it's like textured. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like a beard. That's fun.
Yep. And then
So Dana B got the Kelvin 5. That is his first Fourgate. Yeah.
yeah, then
You know,
Saturday night.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that if you're gonna get a Fourgate, the Kelvin collab ones are the ones you're gonna. That's it's gonna ruin you, but they are pretty freaking fantastic. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, then Saturday, Ben Larson came over. Had the Parker's Heritage Double Char. That was fantastic. And then Sunday hung around, then did the live wire thing, and then Monday went to Rocky Mountain National Park.
That's cool.
And a friend of mine from college lives out that way, so he met us for lunch, and then he's the one who actually ended up driving me back to the airport.
Oh, nice, nice.
So I haven't seen him.
Did you
Since he was at
Estes
my
or
wedding
did you
tent.
like? Did you go to
Yeah,
Estes
we ate
Park
lunch
up
in
or
Estes.
down?
I don't know. It was all I was.
You went to
I
the
don't know where I was.
Stanley, so that's Estes, I think,
Yeah.
right? Or you went.
Well, we came out that entrance. We went in the other side.
Okay.
But yeah. Well, we didn't go to the Stanley because my wife would have killed me because she's wanted to go there since she was a kid. So
Come on.
I was like, yeah, that's got to be a trip with her.
Ask for
But
forgiveness
I
later.
did end
Come
up
on
seeing
now.
an elk. I didn't get a picture of it because it was far away. But then I had elk for lunch and a burger. So
You
I
know,
saw my first elk and tasted my first elk.
yeah. There's a restaurant out that way. Near like Grand Lake, I think it's called. That's they have a bunch of like meats from different places.
Hmm.
Yeah. I've ate at that restaurant before, and they had like I got like a sausage platter, and it had like sausage from like elk and buffalo and all that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was good.
yeah. I like game meat.
Yeah, big fan.
Then my friend drove me the other way back from the park, the opposite way to go to Denver. So we went through Boulder and we drove through there. He was like, "Oh, keep your eye out for Dion."
So Mr. Jiggs is watching the last thing he told me.
Told me.
Slapshot made me think of you. She turns wood too. It's a good mystery.
Never
Is
heard
that
of
on like Netflix or something like that? Or I don't think I've heard of that. There's so many shows now that I don't even.
Oh yeah.
All right, so like just the nose on this alone is amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and go in on it. Doo doo. Is that your phone?
Yeah. Brothers who text.
Ooh.
I don't know why the fuck they. Oh, it's Friday.
Okay. Okay. It's sweet. You can tell like the sherry is a little drying, but like it's not bad. What's the proof on this? 117 proof. It does not drink 117 proof. I'll tell you that. That could be a dangerous night. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hide that bottle. Yeah, that flavor's still there. It's kind of dark fruits, kind of raisiny a little bit. But not like too dense though. I could see this like this would go well with like a cigar, I would think. It has that. You're getting the sweetness of the rum with like kind of a dark brown sugar, you know. But it's not like I'm giving all these dark notes, but it's definitely not super dark. You know, like I'm not getting leather. I'm not getting anything like heavy. You definitely get that like cinnamon right in the middle of the palate.
So are the Calvins all finished in the same way, or are they different?
No, they're usually different.
I remember drinking it, but I don't remember what it tasted like. I knew it was good.
I remember. I've got the bottle, but I'm just gonna look it up because it's quicker to just look it up.
I didn't know if they kind of kept.
And they're not even all. I think they're not even all the same style of whiskey.
Oh, okay.
So like last year was the Boo Rye. With tawny port. Yeah, it was port and Barbadian rum, dark rum cast. This isn't nearly as heavy as that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I do remember the rum flavor on it, but I don't remember getting any port off of it. But
yeah,
that's why I couldn't remember if it was the same. I just knew it was rum.
All right, Dan. Cheers. Thanks for stopping in. If you haven't already hit that like and subscribe, please do on your way out. Yeah. Oh, wait, says that's the first thing that jumped out at me. There's a ton of flavor, mid palate, spice, but yeah. But all covered in molasses rum. Yeah, it's definitely like the rum is like the sweetness of the rum is just like there. So you get like baking spices and like the normal like bourbon flavors that you would normally think you would get from a kind of a older whiskey or aged or not higher quality but better whiskey. And then yeah, and then he goes on to say it's dangerously good, does lack oak. It's not tannic as much as I would remember. So, hey, Emily, good to see you. Good night. Mr. Jiggs wants to know, do they make a boo hiss rye? No. We should though. That should be a pick. A boo rye. We should get a boo rye, and it'll be the boo hiss pick.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, it could be the boo hiss boo rye.
Boo hiss boo rye. OH is drinking Rare Character store pick. Rare Character Rye store pick. Very nice, very nice. I don't have any bottles of that. I've sampled the Rare Character a few times, but man. I think I'm not gonna say that I liked 4 better. I think it's different. They're so like, you know, because the 4 was a Boo Rye, and
What's up, Tater?
hey Tater Dom, how you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. It's different. So I really liked that base Boo Rye. I think how they took that base Boo Rye and then aged it to make the Kelvin 4. I you know, I'm a sucker for port finish. So I think that the port is probably something that I like, better.
What's up, Tommy? Motherfucking Tommy D.
Fucking Tommy. I'm wondering if this is going to open up a little bit better. The more it's in the bottle, the more it's open, the more I drink it down.
Yeah.
It kind of always happens, right?
Thanks, Richie.
I'm drinking it right now. Chris, you should hop on.
Should be going tomorrow, 2 to 2:30, either 2 or 2:30, starting to make a bowl.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I got to make a retirement gift for one of the ladies that works with my wife. So I'd made my wife because the dispatchers, police is thin blue line, fire's thin red line. Dispatchers are thin yellow line.
Okay.
So I took a cherry bowl, put a rim on it, made a yellow acrylic painted thing, a rim. But before I painted it, I took a blowtorch so it blackened the cherry wood. And so I need to make one of those because she retires in 3 weeks. We got a retirement party to go to. So we were like, what the hell are we going to get her? I was like, I know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be making that tomorrow. At least getting it turned.
That'd be cool. I'll make sure I'll tune in for that. Everybody.
Yep. It'll probably
go
probably
subscribe to Slapshot 2:30. 2:30 Eastern, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Night, Mr. Jiggs.
Let's see. Good night, Mr. Jiggs. Good to have you hang out with us for a little bit. Good to see you. It says there's a very slight nutty cherry chocolate note that comes out in the finish. I expect as the heart of the bottle opens up, we get more sherry influence. Yeah, it's not a lot of sherry. Like, it's there, it's present, but it's not overpowering, which is okay. Sometimes sherries can just take over it's like you're drinking a scotch.
So do they finish them in the same amount of rum barrels or sherry barrels, or is it different numbers?
It doesn't say, so I'm not really sure. Well, probably know a guy that would know the answer to that, maybe.
Hey, what's going on? Sorry if this camera sucks. My Canon does not want to turn on.
Oh, no. That's not all right. So Chris, what can you tell me about this Fourgate Kelvin 5? Have you had it? Do you have your bottle?
I do. Hold on. Let me grab it. I'm a little off the game. Camera issue. So.
Tommy D supposedly says, I don't think it's the camera.
Thanks, Tommy.
Yeah.
It's coming from another Hononegah grad. I guess I got to take it.
He's a peach.
He is.
He's still excited about the 85 Bears. Like, we got to just let it have it,
Yeah. If you came from our hometown, you'd understand a little more.
Well, I mean, I am from Nebraska, and we've been excited about the 2001. That's the last time we went to the national championship. So,
is 2001? Is that Tommy Frazier or is that Frost?
That would have been. I'm trying to think. No, that would have been. It wasn't Scott Frost. It was the guy after. It was Eric Crouch.
Oh, okay. He was a Packer, wasn't he? Briefly as a safety, right? Safety.
Yeah, he was safety and wide receiver. They kind of didn't know what to do with him. But he won the Heisman as a quarterback.
Yes, he did.
Couldn't get recruited as that. Couldn't get drafted as a quarterback because he.
That was kind of that big run. Remember, there was a guy from Oklahoma that finished in the top 3 years in a row. Well, he did win it the one time. Was that Jason White? Is that who that was? I can't remember.
Yeah,
it's been a hot minute. But remember, like, he dominated college football, and like he didn't even get drafted.
Yeah. That was back when they didn't know what to do with a dual quarterback, dual quarterback in the NFL. Now that's all they want.
Well, I mean, you guys had a great one, Tommy Frazier. He was totally way before his era. Should have been.
Oh yeah.
That dude was something. Even Cordell Stewart was way before his era, and they didn't know how to use a guy efficiently. Trust me, the Bears had him too. So we got to see flashes, but the coordinators didn't know what the hell to do with it.
Tommy Frazier, like right before his era, that's when I started going to football games.
Okay.
So that's when I started getting season tickets.
Nice.
So I've seen some really good football.
Hell yeah.
I've seen some really shitty football.
Yeah, you've had a few years of that, man.
But
it seems to be doing better.
They're bringing back. I don't think it's gonna work, but apparently we fired Frank Solich, who took over for Tom Osborne,
and
everybody thinks that there's like some sort of curse because we fired him, and they've never brought him back. Like, he's never been back. Well, now tomorrow for the spring game, he's gonna be back, and they're gonna do like a big thing, and
there you
everybody's go. Like, the curse has been lifted, and
there you go.
Wait.
You're doing some Chicago Cubs style shit right there.
Yeah, where you bring the goat back or whatever.
Well, with them it was the goat, and then it was like the forgiveness of Steve Bartman.
Oh, jeez.
They did the forgiving Steve shit. So
what's up, Jig? Good to see you.
Well, you guys had some questions on this bad boy.
Well, we were wondering like how long they're aged.
How long they're aged in the secondary cask?
Yeah, the secondary cask.
Typically 15 to 30 days.
Okay. So not like super long.
No, one of the main things that you're going to find with all Fourgates when we do the second casking or the finishing barrels is we're trying to complement the original distillate in the way, like in the Scotch world. You're putting it in something at the end to just try to elevate, or not elevate. You are elevating it, but you're complementing the distillate. You're not trying to mask it with what you're putting into it. So with everything we have, you're going to be able to taste the original distillate and have a good idea of what it is and where it comes from, as well as to get those complements of the finishing barrel.
Yeah. You can tell that in the Kelvin 4. You can tell that it was the Boo Rye that they were using. Mm-hmm. It was because I thought that was probably one of the best things that Fourgate released was that Boo Rye.
Yeah,
that was just like a straight distillate.
And we're not Boo Boo Rye just because of copyright and trademark.
Sorry.
Burr Rye. Yeah, and we copyrighted and trademarked that, so we can't get in trouble for that. So you'll see the BRRRYE.
Another distillery in Utah owns the other one.
Yes. They might have done that.
One.
They might have done that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Don't steal their word.
Yeah.
It's our word, damn it. So we have the Burr I.
So Jake got the Russell's Pick Camp Nelson A and the Wild Turkey 101 12-year Japanese release. Wow. Those are some good bottles.
Yeah, those are really good. Really good. There's been some really great Warehouse B batches that have come out.
Yeah.
What do you have in Southern Kelvin?
He says the only Fourgate he has is the Kelvin Split Slave. And that's freaking amazing.
Nope, it's on the shelf over here.
Yeah. The Split Stave, that's the one that you guys serve.
Yeah, the Split Stave is our if it's
flagship.
the regular one now, our foundation batch, not foundation, but
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Our regular release now. That one is going to be the toasted along with Char 2. It's a repeatable batch, and actually we should be starting batch 2 next week.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, those are doing really well. It's really good. I really like that one. When you get into the toasteds and things like that, sometimes you get that artificial flavor. And when you have the char and the toasted together as that second finishing, you don't get that artificial flavor, but you get everything that you do want from the toasted. So I was really impressed with how that one came out myself.
Another one from last year that I really liked was the Barossa Creek.
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was kind of a tie between that one and the Port Perry Perry.
Yeah. Port Perry Perry, that's just a solid bottle, man. I mean,
it is.
We've had that good run with the Ruby Rye Springs, with that same kind of style, taking the midwinters, and putting it on steroids. Now the Port Perry Perry, I think took that Ruby Rye Springs and took it to the next level as well,
Sure.
So it's kind of like slowly taking those steps up the stairs to separate. And I think it definitely separated itself from both of the High West offerings this year. Mm-hmm. I've got the Encore over here and the 10, and was a little disappointed in those, being a huge midwinter fan. Like I go back to batch 4, I've had the best of the MGP world in that, and the rest of them. And like, I thought 9 was phenomenal, and 10 just like was really a letdown.
Yeah. They went a little too far, port-wise, in my opinion. But
Blake just named off all of our hitter batches right there: the Eagle Thief, the Foundation 3, Foundation 5, the Indiana 14-year. Yeah, those are all absolute hitters. If you ever get a chance to have any of those, or you see one on a shelf, still, it does happen. Trust me, I know somebody who just found a Foundation 3 on a shelf. Holy cow. I'm a little jealous of them. I'd like to have that one myself, but they're still out there. Mm-hmm. We have a couple states that you can still find them in.
I unfortunately do not live in a state where, or I get it, but I have to go through like seal box. Mm. So those get, those are gone, and for at least for me, but but Mr. Blake Benson, he's got a list. He's got a lot of the Fourgates.
It's grouped up. 20 points.
Let's see.
I'm just enjoying each kind of dog and started comparing that.
But so what else is there? So they've released the the Kelvin, and then the Andalusia Rye and the
Andalusia 2, which is a bourbon, following up batch 9, which was the original Andalusia key. So those were 25 and 26. 27 and 28, you got the Kelvin 5.
Yeah.
And then we have the split stave rye that was just released. Now, what's different about that one is you're getting the char number 2, but for the toasted, you're getting toasted French oak.
Okay.
So you've got those, I want to say, I haven't had that one in a hot minute, but that one, dude, that one is a spearmint bomb. You get the spearmint, and then you get the chocolate and some buttery to it. And like, if you like that spearmint note, like just boom, it's there, and I like it. I was really surprised by it.
For sure.
But
yeah,
if you love the MGP and you love how the mint can come off there, I mean, it's a hitter. If you're not into the mint game, that one is not for you. The split stave rye.
Jake says the toasted French oak finishes are killer. I would agree.
Yeah, and that one's a minimum of 7 years, so there's like 7 to 9 year in that batch. So
is that pretty much what Fourgate's getting is 7 to 9 year barrels, or is there going to be older stuff coming down the pike?
Yes, there is. What I can tell you is right now, to date, Fourgate has not put out anything under 7 years old.
Right.
And we don't have plans of putting out anything under 7. We do have some barrels. We have right around 3,000 barrels right now. And
that's a lot of barrels.
Yeah, it's a lot of barrels. So forecasting into the future, we're sitting at like with what we release and what we're forecasting to up releases to as we progress here as being good right now for the next 6 years. But, Bobby is on the phone every day looking at different barrels and working the phones. That guy's got some amazing contacts, and he's finding stuff that fits into our portfolio and what we're going for. So, I mean, there's not a shortage and won't be a shortage on that end by any means.
Sure.
But right now we have stuff that ranges from 7 years to like 12 years.
Okay.
We do have some younger stuff that is in the 4-year range, that will continue to age up. That is part of the same amount of distillate we do have. So, we're very repeatable with what we're using as stock.
That's good.
So there's that.
I mentioned that I got the Amberana finish and the Majestic Wood series.
Yeah.
Is that going to continue, or they're going to?
Yeah, the Majestic Wood is going to continue. There will be one for sure in the Thanksgiving/Christmas time when we do like the second round of releases. I know you've probably heard people talk about it. I know Calori's talked about it online and a couple other people, but the brandy finish one.
Ooh,
that's going to be the one that's part of that. And those are barrels that originally went into use in 1948. So,
wow.
And they're still intact and still kicking butt, but those have made way through sherry and with brandy. So it's pretty cool. Like when they
take my money.
Yeah. Yeah. I can tell you, I knew about those barrels coming over countryside before I knew Fourgate got them. I had seen some posts on it from a barrel broker who does work with places like Kelvin and some of the other barrel brokerages and stuff. And she was really excited to find those and posted about them. And like, she was there when they got stateside and stuff. And like, they were wrapped in like black Mylar but when she got them open and stuff, some of them, they were still wet, and some of them still had a good amount of juice in the bottom of them. So,
wow.
Yeah, those are pretty special, man. I mean, to think about that, like 1948. I mean, you know, I look at my old man. That dude was born in 47. So to me, that's pretty cool. And you know, I look at him and how, you know, he's trucking around and think about that, and I'm like, damn, that's some cool shit.
Yeah, I'm like, that's like right around when my grandparents were married. It's like 48, 49. So that's crazy.
My dad was born 48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have some really cool stuff in the works that's going on. I'm excited. I was excited for this round of releases. I'm going to be honest. From my palate, I'm more excited about our winter/fall releases.
Really?
Yeah. If you follow Coming Whiskey, you can go see what's coming. He's posted almost everything. Almost everything. Not all of it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that brandy one looks like it's going to be there right now, the way it's going. Okay. There should be about 4 releases. Plus we have our single barrel program that's coming for this year. Okay. There will be some toasted bourbons, there will be toasted rye, and we do have some single barrels of what would be similar or the same style finish as the Andalusia Key bourbon.
Wow. Okay.
So there will be single barrels of that as well that do make it out this year, which I'm really looking forward to that, seeing a single barrel of that.
Yeah, no kidding. Got a couple of other people who want to join the stream. Hey, John Kranz, how you doing?
Yep.
JK, straight up the road. What's up, buddy?
Yep. Tommy D.
Little SMWS 14 years Glenn Levitt.
There you go.
Big baller.
What up, bitches?
Pulling it out. There you go.
That was a good Little League bourbon
Hey,
impression.
Chris. Hey, Brian. Hey, Scott.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Chris, what is if you had to pick one Fourgate, which one are you picking?
What are my parameters of that?
Hey, Jake.
Like this set of releases, all time.
Of the ones that you have, if
Okay.
your house is on fire, which one are you grabbing?
My house is on fire. What am I grabbing? Damn, this is going to be a tough one because I've got two. I've got two when it comes to the Fourgate.
You got 2 hands.
Blake's right. He
okay,
says
you got 2 hands, so you can pick 2.
Blake says Eagle Thief. Yes, I am grabbing Eagle Thief. The next one that comes to mind is my 4x4, but there's way more Eagle Thief left than 4x4, so I'm grabbing Eagle Thief.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your house burns down.
I was lucky enough that I had some generous people send me
4x4.
Yeah. I had generous people send me a bunch of samples of the 4x4. I didn't get a bottle, but I got my fair share of a bottle.
Yeah.
I got this sent to me today.
I probably ended up with about 6 to 8 ounces of
nice.
Yeah, I've had samples, but this is the only bottle I've owned so far.
Tommy, you got a Kelvin there?
Kelvin 5, baby.
There you go.
This is the first Mash and Granny, the toasted rye 8-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
You sent it to me.
Okay, yeah.
God, this one is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna dip
That's the only one I bought so far.
It's a batch one, so it's batch 27.
It's not a regular one.
Nope. What's it gonna be?
Jake says I'm missing out on all these other Fourgates. Yeah, you know, people always kind of their complaint or kind of their argument about Fourgate is, oh, it's so expensive. It's $200. Like, how can I $225? Like, what's the? But
there you know
what?
Yeah.
Like
the 4x4. Tommy knows.
Oh
yeah. Like my complaint is, or my counter argument to that is, I could buy 4 $50 bourbons that are going to disappoint the hell out of me, or I can buy one Fourgate that I know I'm going to enjoy from beginning to end.
Or like Chris, Chad can bring a few bottles to a bottle share too. and I can try them.
There you go.
So,
Because Chad's got quite a few of them.
The right toast.
Yes.
it's
Yeah. I agree with you on that. I mean, that's one of the things, we're working with this company. I'm working with it because I believe in it. I was a buyer of their bottles and loved everything about it before I started working with them. That's just kind of the icing on the cake in my world, to be able to work for a bourbon company that like I have mad respect for. So,
yeah. Are they going to be up in my area, Chris?
we're working on that. We're working on it. Since I'm in this area, we're working on that right now.
That's awesome.
Derek Patton says I've been drinking and I am not going to put on a shirt. So
Hey,
thanks
Derek.
for telling us, Derek. Appreciate that.
Patton.
Yeah, I mean, even the samples I've had from Chad, I'm like, there's some of these bottles I really like.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, Bob and Bill have done an amazing job sourcing high quality barrels. I mean, they've tried barrels. They've turned them down when they've had opportunities to buy different lots of barrels.
Mm-hmm.
They really have taken the time to make sure what they're doing is right. Just like with the finishing barrels, everything we do goes through Kelvin with the barrels.
Yeah.
So if we find something cool that we want, they bring them in to Kelvin. Kelvin looks them over to make sure that they don't have any fungus, any mold. They don't have any cracks, any leaks, that they're still going to be serviceable for X amount of time for what we would need. And there have been barrels that have been brought in that Bob had very high hopes for that we've sent back because Kelvin said no. And that's great to have to have a partner like that their whole focus is barrels.
Yeah.
Chris, do you know if there's any distillery they won't work with, or they just won't look at barrels from?
Honestly, MGP is home of our rye. That
right.
Bob and Bill agree that's the rye that will always represent Fourgate. They declare it the best rye. I'm going to go with them. I really enjoy it. And as far as anything else, right now, it's heritage only distilleries from Kentucky. Besides getting some cooler 36% MGP barrels, there won't be any 21% MGP barrels. 36% only. And
really? Why?
Do
you know why?
All right, everybody.
Do I know why?
But he is wearing
a shirt. I like a lot of 21%. That's all.
Flavor profile.
He is wearing a shirt. Welcome to the show, Mr. Derek.
No, I'm not wearing a shirt, but I'm out.
Kind of wearing a shirt.
It looks like you're wearing a shirt.
The vitals are covered. So I mean,
I came to say hi.
William Hall and William Double R, cheers.
I'm drunk as hell. Some dumb shit might come out of my mouth. Chris, I haven't seen you forever, baby. I wanted to say hi to you.
Well, hello. I mean, you kind of said hello to me last Saturday. You took a picture and sent it to me with Ben. So,
oh well, I was probably drunk then too. All right.
Well, I hope not. You were driving. You were at the Oasis, dude.
At the Oasis, yes.
Yeah,
I think Ben might have said that, but doesn't matter. Yes.
Yeah. Because he saw you, and then he was at my house.
Yes.
You went to the Oasis?
What was
the Hinsdale Oasis?
Yeah. Which Oasis though?
What was the Hinsdale Oasis?
Yeah, Hinsdale. It's gone. All the Oases are gone now except Belvedere.
Yeah.
Really? The Lake Forest is gone now too?
I didn't know that. I sent Ben there. You gotta love this. I sent Ben there thinking, motherfucker, there's a big ass building across the highway. You just stop.
Yeah.
You see the big ass building. And when I show up there, the big ass building is gone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when I lived in Milwaukee, Lake Forest was the only one I went to.
Wow.
They've got rid of all
there
of
them. There were like 4 that I used to go to.
Yeah.
The Hinsdale, the O'Hare, and the one by Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Belvedere one. Yep.
There was one where I grew up in.
Nobody twisted my arm, but I did myself. So I'm gonna open the Ambarana finish.
Nice.
There you go. Oh, did you get
Nice.
that
Which one? Which one's that?
The
Majestic
Brazilian
wood.
Arborana oak. The majestic wood.
Ooh, the Majestic Wood series.
Majestic.
That is not a nickname. I don't know what it is.
Wait,
Hey,
Scott, is that a bourbon or a rye?
That's my stage name. It's
Hey,
Majestic
Scott,
Wood.
does the mysterious redhead does he follow your channel? Because if he does, I need to get the fuck off here before he gets on here with me with this outfit on.
Mysterious red.
Who's the mysterious redhead?
Redhead.
You guys know who I'm talking about. Don't be funny.
Yeah, yo, put it in the private chat. I don't know.
I don't know
I
what you're
have
talking
no
about, man.
idea.
I'm kind of confused.
This
What are you talking
motherfucker
about?
makes me uncomfortable.
What's up,
Are you
William
talking
Hall?
shit about somebody?
I'm crazy confused. Come on,
Yeah,
Lord.
I'm completely lost right now.
By the way, Chris, you may not know, but every last one of these old men you see around
The
here,
only redhead I
they
know is
this
Kathy
redhead
Joe.
son of a bitch I'm talking
Yeah, I
about.
know Kathy Joe. Are you talking about Kathy Joe?
Don't be
I don't know
nasty.
who else has fucking redhead. Zach
I
Pettis.
mean,
Don't be nasty.
we like
Oh, no,
Kathy
Derek.
Joe. She's cool.
Hey, my girlfriend is redhead. And she's not
I'm
nasty.
talking about the random
Are
son
we
of
talking
a
about?
bitch
Are we
that
talking about
comes in.
Aiden? Are we talking about weird Aiden?
Yes.
Okay.
red
Oh,
hair?
your
Hey,
buddy from the north. The north.
Yeah. Every time that
Dick
kid
Bigler?
gets on, I'm
Dick
thinking,
Dick
I just
Bigler.
want to go away.
Does Aiden have red hair?
And I will
He-
tell
I
you
don't-
something else too.
He has red hair. I don't know.
I have actually waited until the screen was full before I jumped on. That way I knew he couldn't come and ambush me.
Man.
Hey, Will Devlar, what do you think of that Woodford?
The Ukraine.
Oh, I had that at Mike's house. I liked it.
I didn't
Tommy
realize
didn't
it
like
was really
Tommy
good.
didn't like it, but I liked it.
Which is the Calvin they wanted to keep it in the big bottle. Which is all that
No. We finally got orders in again.
We'll let that sit in
We
the
had to
glass
pick
for a
them up
little
'cause they're
bit.
out.
Fourgate just
And then all of a sudden,
Oh,
a
it's
whole
sick.
container showed up unannounced.
Calvin.
Yeah.
Ooh,
but
I have a flight to catch early tomorrow morning. I'm
Yeah.
going-
Dude, you've been on flights like crazy lately, man.
Yes, and one of the cool things about driving your own ship, you can make your own times. My father-in-law's birthday is this weekend,
Oh, that's right.
and since I like being married, I like doing what's appropriate.
There you go.
So we're gonna head to Louisiana tomorrow morning, and we're going to surprise him.
Nice.
you should get some boudin balls for me.
There you go.
Yeah, that probably has pork in it and some other things that I can't eat.
How about
Shellfish.
a po'
Stuck
boy?
on some crawfish heads.
Yeah.
Fuck
Crawfish,
crawfish.
shrimp.
Ain't nobody want that.
Yes.
Those are weird.
Yeah. Again, when I go to Louisiana, it's always funny when I hang out with my in-laws. I always hang in the back. I hang in the back and my family goes in. And when I get to the maitre d', I get to the maitre d' and go, can I holler at the chef, please? And the maitre d' is like, sure.
The front door.
And he comes out looking at me like I'm about to complain. And I was like, dude, I can't eat shellfish or any of the things you're probably famous for. Can you help me? And he looked at me like, you know what? Yes, I can. And he just makes me a dish. And it works out well for me.
There you go.
Why can't you eat pork? Is it a preference or is it a religious or what?
It's a religious thing.
Okay.
Works for me.
Ben makes fun of me for it, but it is what it is.
He doesn't care at all.
I don't make fun of
I
anybody.
mean, I
for
feel
it.
bad that you can't eat bacon because, like, that's,
Oh, Scott, it's not just bacon. I mean, bacon, shrimp, lobster, crab. All
Oh,
the
damn, that's awesome. Thanks.
And all the animals.
He's like, yeah, you can give me that. I want it. Nobody else has it.
Keep in mind, I'm from the South, right?
yeah.
Where anything that moved was food.
I want the Christmas.
So as a result, there are things I'm missing out on. Turtle,
Man,
rabbit. I
give
mean,
me a can, man.
and the old-fashioned possum.
Look, I heard with the Death Boy now.
I can't have none of that shit.
I'm giving you his personal phone number. So you can
This is hard for me. I've been living this lifestyle for 29 years. It does not get any easier. I just want to let you guys know. It does not get any easier. I haven't had a piece of bacon in 29 years. And I want you
Oh
guys
my
to
God.
every time I smell it, there's a part of me that just goes, I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home.
Derek, I've probably ate enough bacon in
turkey
my
bacon and beef bacon, right? You can do that.
Yes, I can do that stuff, but you know
It's
what?
not the
That's
same.
what
I know it's not the same.
That's right up there with kissing your cousin.
Yeah.
Kind of like kissing your sister. Ain't right.
I guess that works, but yeah, I don't know.
Man, this Amberana finish just on the nose. I
A
haven't
lot
even
of
tasted
tar
it
on that
yet.
4x4.
But
A lot of oak, a lot of burnt oak.
It's a lot of.
Wait, somebody just went away, right?
Yeah, I think John Crane's the wrong
John did for a second.
He'll be back.
I'm getting like a mixture between like cinnamon bun, red hots. Oh man.
See, I equate red hots to like painful cinnamon. Cinnabon is probably some of the best food you'll ever eat.
Yeah.
If you want to be fat.
You know, Tommy, I hear you, because if there was something that gave me yeah, I would confuse that with wild turkey.
There's definitely
I used to not want to drink. I used to love Big Red gum.
Yeah,
I love the cinnamon flavor, but then all of a sudden it was like it got too hot. You know what I mean?
I used to like that until I drank a bottle of Aftershock at a party one night in college, and then got on a plane to fly to Omaha for a series with Creighton, and they handed me Big Red gum.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's like a mainstay.
Aftershock will do that for you.
Yeah. That
it's a cool bottle.
Wasn't a good idea. Ode to the college days.
Well, you know, the original Fireball for me was a shot of cinnamon schnapps with a dash of Tabasco. That was a Fireball.
When my bank,
it's good. It's good.
When my bank was sold to Goldman Sachs, it was years back when I had money. We all went out.
Was good.
I think we all had money then, Derek.
Well, yeah, probably. And we all went out to either mourn or celebrate. It doesn't really matter what the celebration was. And that was the first time I had Fireball. And there's a video circulating in the banking industry of me with my first taste of Fireball. And let's just say it was not a pleasant picture.
So now I got to Google it.
On the nose, this is definitely like cinnamon bun, sticky bun with like a very rich vanilla icing over the top.
That makes sense.
There you go, buddy. Yeah. There you go.
Holy shit!
I can go along with that. My big thing is the cinnamon is definitely the proper cinnamon from the Cinnabon, because it's that dry, really rich cinnamon. That's not sugary. Like this is not sugary at all. This is like the inside middle of the Cinnabon, and you do get that vanilla at the end, but you're not getting like that. Really, I'm going to call it Americanized cinnamon.
No, it's
cinnamon
like
roll. It's not a cinnamon roll. It's a Cinnabon, and there's a difference to that because of the way the sugar's done and the way that Cinnabon just really focuses on the cinnamon, not the sugar.
Yeah, and then you get like that bougie ass like vanilla, like that. You're like going to like Williams Sonoma vanilla, like fucking, you know, like.
So something I recently discovered is I
just want
baking
to
something.
You know, they preserved bodies in cinnamon, and I've never been a fan. Okay, Tommy, I'm sorry for cutting you off, and
that's okay. Well, I had to go get some cinnamon, and I went there, and they didn't have just cinnamon and spices. It was Saigon cinnamon, it was Thailand cinnamon, it was Vietnamese cinnamon, and I realized there's a difference.
There's a huge difference.
Yeah, I like the Vietnamese cinnamon. It's really
Vietnamese cinnamon is very good. The cinnamon, when you talk about Cinnabon, is from the Philippines.
Yeah.
So and this is along that lines of the Vietnamese and Philippines, that southeastern Asian region of cinnamon.
Yeah, see, I'm going to say something fucked up. and I'll blame it on alcohol. That's because the Vietnamese really don't like cinnamon. Yes, their cinnamon is milder and it's much more pleasant because they don't like it. That's just me, because they know, like me, they preserve bodies in that shit. But that's
It's
Why don't they like it though? How do you know that?
I don't know. They know what we don't know, that they preserve bodies in that shit. Huh?
Are you adding water to your whiskey right now?
Tommy,
the look on his face was so amazing right there.
Yeah, Tommy, you're one of my favorite people, brother. You know,
you're one of mine.
I say dumb shit. When I say dumb shit here in the YouTube, you're supposed to just let that shit go.
Yeah,
You ain't supposed to call it out, baby.
Yeah, he
you
just saw
call
you.
it out.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
I see a lincecum sighting.
What's the weird ass note?
oh boy,
He's got the heavies. He's got the heavies.
look at this guy.
I don't know about
Where you at, Sean? Where you at? You got some heavy hitters.
The taster or the 2020 release.
Sean, bring your young ass on here.
That's a weird.
Yeah, get in that
Yeah,
garage and get in here.
You're right though. It's not like an overpowering cinnamon like you're like.
It's like this weird, like
It's
this.
fun,
It's
you all right?
like this. I don't know what it is.
Mhm.
Oh, ever
Oh,
since
I
I got
agree,
back
dude.
from Colorado, the pollen's been kicking my fucking ass.
Oh, I bet.
Not 10 minutes after leaving the airport, I started crying. I've been crying ever since.
See, it
I
got
need to go
it got
back to
just hot
Colorado.
enough that my magnolia trees are like we're in full bloom. They're gonna die now, but because it's gonna go down to like the 30s and 40s. But
It's snowing here, Scott.
it's
I mean,
raining here, thank God.
It's melting on the driveways and the roads, but the
Oh,
grass
geez.
is
I am, like I said, I'm leaving tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna be gone till Monday afternoon.
What's up, Sean?
What's up, baby?
You are so pretty.
What's up, my Washington friend? How you living, baby?
How you
How
doing,
you living?
man?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm fat, old, and slow, but I'm surviving.
Oh, stop it, man.
Wow.
What's Chris pointing at?
I don't know.
He's got friends
I
over.
think he's talking to his guest.
Yeah, he's got friends over.
Buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, who is that, Chris? Who you got over at your house?
Michael Coy.
Who's
Okay.
that?
He is a rock tonight. He's
Sorry
a
to hear that.
transplant to Rockton.
From where?
He's sneaking over here. He came from the South Holland area of Lansing, Illinois.
There
Okay.
you go.
So
Shout out.
the area.
Who
He works in
Rockton?
Roscoe. He's a president of a bank.
That's
Oh.
what I thought. 'Cause I knew he had to own his own business.
Who
God
moved
damn.
That's
to
right,
Rockton,
bankers,
Illinois?
Derek, bankers.
Yeah, you goddamn right. Yeah, I figured that part out. All right. Okay.
I keep good company.
Fair enough, sir.
I mean, you know,
What bank?
Toast Malone's one of the people that said he might be one of the next people to make a showing in the dugout. So I don't know.
Second week of June. I got to buy my ticket here next week, but I'm thinking around the 11th through I think the 20 something. I'll be around
Sean,
I'm gonna be around, brother.
Sean,
I got a couple more Parkers coming to the house, man. I picked them up this week, so
Atta baby.
Sean, I want to warn you about something, and Chris can back me up on this, just in case you are confusing Chicago with Los Angeles. When people say Chicago, and when the maps say Chicago, those are not the same thing.
no,
When
not even
Ben-
close, buddy. Not
When
even
Ben
close.
actually told me he was coming to Chicago, I thought his ass was going to drive by my house, and I was telling him, "Well, fuck! Before you go to Chris, stop by my house." And he didn't understand what I was saying. And Ben actually, and this is it to Ben's credit, Ben actually showed me the map of his route.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, you're going nowhere near Chicago."
No. And that's what I tried to tell him, but he was intent that he was going to Chicago. So I said, okay.
Yes, he kept saying that, but
Yeah.
he was going nowhere near Chicago. So I had to go way out in the middle of nowhere to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
But my point being, so keep that in mind, Sean, when you think you're coming to Chicago. Yeah.
Chicago.
Look at the map. Look at the map. You know the thing that you teased me for?
He's fucking with
you.
If he flies into Midway, then he's in Chicago.
I only drink salmon.
Yeah.
Oh, are you flying?
If he flies in O'Hare, no.
If I fly into Midway, I'll be right around you, man.
Yeah, you'll be near my house. I might even come over there and have a cup of coffee with your ass before you come up missing.
What? Clark, what?
Chicago.
What?
Well, he's in Chicago, but
Don't you set me up, Derek.
No, God damn it, Sean. Don't be a girl. What I'm saying is, if you're going to be in Chicago, I will come to the airport and hang out with you before you actually go get your car and go where you're going.
All right, man.
All
We
right.
got to. All right, man. You know what I mean? You
no,
can take
just
me
don't
to
let
Sled-
him take you to downtown Cicero. You ain't never coming back, bro.
Well, come on. We got to go float through Old Block.
Hold on, Sean.
Hey, yo, unless you
Hold
take him
on,
to
Sean.
the Italian place right up the street,
Hold
Derek,
on,
then he's
Sean.
all good.
Sean, this isn't your ride. Chris, you've known me now for, let's call it 8 months or so.
Oh, dude, it's more like a year, but yeah.
Okay, fine. What the fuck do you think I want in Cicero?
Shit. There's only one place I go there, and that's the Italian restaurant, man.
Yeah. Sean, you good, baby. You good. Because I ain't going there.
We got to go. Man, come on. Derek, we got to go to O Block. We got to hit the major hoods over in Chicago, man.
Oh, Sean, you're so confused. One of the reasons that I don't have the stories that ABC News have you to believe is I don't put myself in harm's way.
I thought you were a bounty hunter.
No, I'm a guy
he's
that
a
has
tinker,
worked for
bro.
No,
Different kind of bounty hunter.
I'm a guy who's worked for the man, and I got some skills that you don't appreciate. But I don't hang out in those places.
Fair enough.
And by the way, Toast Malone, it's going to be a little rough to get around the Chicago area the second week of June because they're going to be setting up for NASCAR downtown.
Yeah, that is true.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
42 days of shutting shit down downtown. 42 days for 3 days of racing.
As a man who has his property taxes went up 93%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with the city finding more money.
But Derek, okay, think about it this way. Lollapalooza is 3 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
14 million a year to the city. The payment is
right.
NASCAR, 42 days, $5 million.
Bullshit.
And that was because Larry, our mayor, I didn't say that on YouTube, did I?
You did.
That was live.
I love it.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck.
You mean Lori?
I meant our previous Lori. That's what I meant. I didn't say Larry.
Are we opening it?
Jeez. Uh-oh.
For entry proofing?
I'm just gonna say that she did not understand what the fuck.
That's better.
America.
When did she actually leave, Derek?
So
Next
When did she actually
June?
go?
I'll miss her suit.
within the next 20 days, if I'm not mistaken.
And then you got the other dumbass.
Hey, Derek.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Mike
you
just said he's going to miss Larry's
suit.
suits.
I love Larry's suits.
Like, you
Tell
think,
your
she's
lawyer
bad.
friend, I still work in a company that's publicly traded, so
So does he.
I have no comment.
We busted open the Woodford barrel entry proof.
Ooh.
There you go.
I have an idea. It's going to taste like Woodford.
Probably does.
Cheers, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I haven't tasted it.
Do you know that one Woodford that we tried to
Hey,
take
Sean.
out of it?
What's that?
Five Mall?
If you come to the Midwest,
No,
where you think you're going to be is not where you're really going to be. what you got to do is just let me know where you are. I will give you my phone number. I'll meet you at some place neutral.
I mean, I'm gonna fly into the airport right by your house. So
you mean Midway?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Derek, he's just gonna like show up at your
Are you gonna get a rental car? Or are you gonna meet friends?
So here's my thing. I'm gonna fly into Midway. I'm gonna get a rental car. I'm gonna drive to the nearest gas station. I'm gonna buy a pack. I'm gonna buy a pack of Newport 100s. I'm gonna smoke a couple down to the, you know what I mean, to the butt, and I'm gonna drive to your house. I'm gonna sprinkle them all over the entrances of your house, and then I'm gonna text you.
Let's do it this way, if you don't mind. Let me meet you at the airport, and we can hang out there, and then you can leave the airport and go to the rental car place and go and hang out with people that smoke Newports.
It's got them.
Now,
if you're doing Illinois style, you probably want to get Trues instead of.
And if you're going
to get some cools,
if you are willing, to go Newport free, because here's the problem: even if I brought you, Sean, to my house, and me and my wife and my family would show you a good time, I would then have to take your dumb ass back to the airport to get your rental car.
What's wrong with that?
Because I'm fat, old, and lazy. So what fuck did you not understand about that?
He don't want to drive you around to the airport.
Then I'll catch an Uber, bro.
Twice.
I'll catch an Uber the second time. Then you'll only be one, just one and done.
Yeah. You don't listen.
Yeah, but then the Uber would know where he lives.
You really think an Uber is going to come and get you to my house and get you somewhere reliable?
Not as reliable as the Derek Patton.
Sean, all right, I'll tell you what, Sean. I'll tell you. You can get an Uber to my house. Getting an Uber out of my house is going to be a bitch. But I will tell you this, Sean. You know what? If you come over here, if I pick you up, I'll bring you back. I'll take you back to where you need to go. Because I don't mind. Because I would love to hang out with you. I don't have a problem with that.
For sure, man. Go get a nice dinner or something.
Day of the week, and if it's Wednesday, you fuck. But if it's any other day of the week, dude, I can make exceptions. Because as I tell Chris, and I wink and smile away, I drive the ship.
All right, Captain.
Yo, we all drive the ship.
Except
I thought he had a
on
four-banger.
Wednesday.
You don't.
Except on Wednesdays, because
hey, Derek. Derek.
What up, baby?
I was driving the ship last Saturday when Ben and Franchi were here and stuff, but to be able to drive my own ship, I had to take care of a truckload of mulch and get it spread out through the front yard to make sure that I could drive my own ship later that night.
Oh, I understand. Chris, I understand.
Yeah.
When I use the word drive my own ship, I mean employment-wise, I can make certain decisions. Wednesdays is the day in which I meet with all the kids. And Sean, as much as I love you, I am not going to miss the meeting with the kids.
I totally understand that. I never get in between that.
Because I'm old enough to be all their daddies. It's awful. And I
thought you were my daddy, Derek Patton.
I wish you were my daddy.
Aren't you my daddy?
No. That Indian ass hair that you have, Sean, not Sean, Scott. That Indian ass hair that you have, that pretty much says the lie detector said that's a lie.
I ain't your daddy.
Are you sure, man? I heard that you were a postal worker in Tacoma, Washington, around late 1980s, man.
Oh no!
Wow.
No. Scott's heritage is confirmed. He is a Native American with some random ass white people. All right. Okay, I'm done.
This is true. 100%.
They had kosher on the show.
Mostly white people.
I don't know.
They
I got
they like the native
game in that because
booty.
it's what the area wants.
Oh,
I
and
did.
by the way, Scott, I realize some of my jokes can come off wrong. I did not mean anything mean when I said that.
You told me it's good.
No offense taken.
I was ready to.
I had tried it one time,
Oh man.
but I didn't try a lot.
So what are you drinking, Derek?
I'm not going to show you the bottle because I will look bad in the story. Angel's Envy, whatever, private barrel select. It's 110 proof.
What do you got there, Chris?
We're gonna try the Miznera. We've had it open for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you definitely anything Miznera. If you've had Miznera finishes, you gotta let them open. And there's no exception to this.
I gotta get to the fucking dugout, man.
It's not my favorite finish. I will tell you that.
It's different.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that all day. Miznera finish is different. I'm not a huge
clearly people like
fan, but I'm excited for this one. I've had some Miznera finish. I got to try the Rabbit Hole, the Miznera finish.
Okay.
Look at Tommy and Derek
I really
texting
enjoyed
them
it, but
bitches.
I didn't think that one was $1,600 good.
No.
You know,
What's up, Sean?
I said, you and Tommy, what are you guys doing? Texting those bitches?
No,
It's too tropical for me.
No, I was looking up something. Somebody I knew in Okinawa just died out yesterday, so I was checking it out.
well, that's
I'm sorry, Tommy.
Sorry, Tony.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, he wasn't like a personal friend or anything like that. He was a guy who owned a bar and it was entertaining and shit. It just brings back memories. That's all. But it was kind of shocking.
Those things count. Those things count.
Yes, they do.
Cheers
But
to
I will
that.
say this to you, Sean, because I hate bringing this up in the whiskey world. Because I am accountable of the actions of other people, I need to keep up with what the fuck they're doing.
Oh.
And I need to be able to just jump in and go, my kids need more time.
I like it. I'm not disappointed.
Fair enough.
So every so often I have to stand before the man. And I mean that literally. I have to stand before the man and go,
Laurel as fuck.
my kids need more time.
Spicy. Fuck.
Yeah.
Do you catch the spicy on the nose?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
I hear that, man. It's
I just found a local store that had the JD 10 and 12.
And you
my daughter
missed
just
it?
turned 9, dude.
Yeah.
She in a blink of an eye, she was old, and then I know that in my heart. I mean, I'm gonna blink, turn around again. She's gonna be 16. You know what I mean? 18.
Oh, you ain't, dude, Sean, you ain't lying. My 11-year-old is 5'7", so my daughter.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Chris. My 13-year-old is 5'8" and some change.
Yeah.
The good news is, she's real thin.
There you go.
So
That means she's
I was
out there thin.
I was going over to a friend. They to their like little league like tryout thing or whatever. They had a motherfucker here
Taste it.
that was 13, who was 6'4".
Hell yeah.
I was like, holy shit!
It's unfair.
I do with Scott. I'll do with Scott.
Hey,
No,
Scott.
no.
Scott, I was 6'2" in 7th grade, man.
Yeah,
Sixth
I
grade.
was just like,
You know what, Scott?
you're 13.
So have
I
you
never got
shrank
any
then?
taller, buddy.
Chris, I
Have
want
you
to say
shrank
this.
then? Because you're only like what, 5'11" now, right?
Oh,
Chris, I want to say this.
who cares?
I want to say, goddamn. But Scott, I want
Damn.
to know, when Darrell was at my house,
Yeah,
and
he's a
Darrell
big
was
dude.
sitting at the dining room
Darrell's
table.
a tiny guy.
No, hear me out. When Darrell was sitting in my house and Kayla came down, first thing Darrell said was, "Damn, she's tall." and I was like, yes, she is. Because Kayla is,
I like this.
for the lack of a better term, a black beanstalk.
Okay.
I have no words to say.
But yeah,
I'm scared to see how big my boys are going to be because they're 7 years old and they're already almost 4.5 foot tall.
They're monsters, Chris.
I'm just like I'm like I was just looking at all of these like kids who were like 12, 13, 14, 15, and I was like, you're not done growing.
Yes, and that's,
like,
and that's important.
What? What do you?
Because Kayla's already taller than the mother.
I've always wondered how they're like the Randy Johnsons of the world could be like 7
Randy Johnson.
Like, you know what I mean? But like that's how it is. Like that's
like cinnamon.
They're 13 and they're 7, 6'4".
It's like similar to that. They're close.
The mullet that he had added at least
dude
6.5 now.
My favorite.
I don't think Kayla is above 6'8". She might be 6'8.5".
Mold line.
6'8".
6'8.5". No, I'm sorry, 5'8.5". Sorry,
I was like,
5'8".
Derek.
No, hold on. 5'8.5" at 13 years old.
Thanks.
Pumpkin carving.
Oh yeah.
And she's 13, and yeah, it's growing. And by the way, I actually saw her growth spurt, and I saw it, and her growth spurt went exactly like mine. Her knees were hurting her intensely. She couldn't get out the bed. We had to just wait on her because the knees were bothering her. And that's exactly how mine did. And when she got out of the bed, all of her pants were too short.
Oh, dang.
That's great.
She had like the gap, like the 4-inch gap. I've seen that happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened to me. Because I was in college. I remember this during the Christmas break at DePaul. I couldn't fucking move. My knees were fucking with me. It was awful. And I couldn't stand. It just awful. And finally, when I could stand up, all my clothes were fucking the wrong size.
Wow.
And good news for her, she's in the 7th grade. I can accommodate that. My freshman year in college, my mother couldn't do nothing but that. I had to walk around with them pants.
The other thing that like blew me away, Chris, was they had kids pitching who were low 80s, low to mid 80s already.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. My roommate in college didn't pitch until his senior year of college. He was a catcher, third baseman.
Yeah.
But when he was 12 to 13 years old, he got clocked at 91 on a mound.
Damn.
When I was 13, I was throwing over 90. My freshman year, when I was 14, I went to Pittsburgh Pirates and Milwaukee Brewers summer workout camp that you could go sign up for, like a scouting day.
Yep.
I topped out at 94.
Well, before you go there, how old were you before they started asking you for the breaking balls? I'm sorry, I'm drunk. Those,
okay.
The curve balls,
breaking
balls.
You know what? A proper thrown breaking ball is easier on your arm than a fastball or a changeup. The whole myth of the breaking ball is completely incorrect. If you throw a breaking ball properly, it's healthier for your arm than a fastball.
Okay, help me out, Chris.
Absolutely.
And Chris, I want to ask you a question that's going to seem argumentative, but I'm not trying to be.
No.
There's an old white man in Alabama who's a millionaire.
Dr. James Andrews.
Because the breaking ball has fucked up a lot of people. If what you're saying is true,
it's not though. The thing that is screwing all these UCLs is improper finish on a pitch. We saw a lot of it start to happen in the 90s with guys trying to throw at max intent I'm not saying max velocity, but max intent. Okay, they were trying to throw every pitch as hard as they could, all
cracking that whip as hard.
But when you started to see the guys that would throw, and then there was that automatic recoil back in their arm. That is the most unsafe position for the UCL, because what happens is when you get to here, there's a moment in max intent where there's a hyperextension where your elbow actually does this and opens up from your forearm. That will allow a UCL that's riding right on your humerus bone to slide into there. So when you pull back and they would do that and then yank back, they're essentially like scissors cutting their own UCL. What you want to do to protect your elbow and your UCL is when you come through to finish a pitch, your hand, watch my hand will pronate in. As you pronate in, your elbow stays here in a bent position and wraps around your body, and you stay in a protected position because your elbow never hyperextends. So you cannot take and snap your UCL in between the bones.
I want all of you to know that Chris's position up in here, I learned that shit from Nolan Ryan. I will not give Chris none of that credit.
No, you're all good, man. Nolan's the man. I've got to meet him a couple times. He is the man.
Chris, I was messing with you.
Hey, you're all right, but Nolan, you got to give it to him. Any man that blows out his UCL and decides he's going to throw one more pitch because he thinks for the first time in his life he actually blew out his UCL at 47 years old and rips a 98-mile-an-hour fastball and then says, "Yeah, I'm done."
Fuck.
I got mad props for. You just blew your shit out and threw 98 and said, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm done."
Oh, I want
never got a pitch again, but good for you.
I don't even know. I don't even follow baseball like that.
Yeah.
But Nolan was a motherfucker. He is.
And when you blow out a UCL, two things happen. Your arm either gets hotter than hell or it turns into an ice cube instantly. So when you do it. When you tear it, depending if you break it, if you snap it all the way through or if you just tear it. If you snap it all the way through, you're going to get the cold sensation. If you tear it, like split it apart, almost like a bow and arrow type thing, boop, or whatever, or get a side tear in it, then it gets super hot. It's pretty crazy how it works, but when we get into these max intent type pitchers and stuff, we got a lot of guys who do not follow through properly and do not pronate on the finish of their pitch. So they're not protecting their elbow and their UCL at all. And they're exposing it every single pitch to possibly snapping that UCL.
And I feel uncomfortable having this conversation with you because I love Nolan. He was a shit.
He did it right his whole career. How would you be uncomfortable right now?
He was a shit talking son of a bitch who spoke the same version of English I spoke.
Oh yeah, he still does.
And yes, and I love that version of English. I love it.
If you aren't a cocky son of a bitch as a baseball player, you need to get out of the game.
As any sort of sports player, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's be realistic.
If you can't handle people talking the maddest shit you've ever heard in your life 24/7,
get the fuck out of here.
Not for you, man.
Go get an office job.
It will eat your shit.
Like, dude, I thrived off people talking shit. It was fun. It was fun because there was nothing better than having a whole crowd of people or having a couple players on another team that just talked crazy mad shit to you and shove them, dude. When you shove on them and they know they're defeated at that point and you own them and you haven't said shit all day and then you start letting it fly. Oh, that's a very, very fun position to be in.
Oh,
very fun position.
I totally agree with that. And that's also the reason, Chris, I've chosen purposely never to coach youth athletics because I don't think I'm.
Amen.
I don't think I'm the guy for that.
Yeah. I've done that at the youth level. I've done it at the high school level, and I've done it at the college level. It takes the right kind of demeanor. I mean, if you're somebody who's been there and done that, you get it, and you just try to prepare the kids properly to have a respect level,
Yeah.
You try to prepare them for all the situations, and you let them know what's okay and what's not. And as long as a coach, you lead by example, you're in a great position. You're going to teach those kids right. I mean, I had some crazy SOBs for coaches. Like my college baseball coach won a college World Series as a player. Mm-hmm. And then he was a 12-year Marine, that put in 12, it was either 12 or 16 years in the Marines, and then came back to coach and is now in the NCAA Hall of Fame for baseball coaching. Yep. I mean, he put in his time, but he ran his ship military style, on time, was 15 minutes early. You were expected to, when you're running, you touched every line. There are no shortcuts in life.
15 minutes early, that's on time.
Yeah, 15 minutes early is on time, when it says 7, it's 6:45, not 7, not 6:59. Yeah.
May I stop you, Chris?
Of course.
Okay. One of my favorite people in this world is Nick Saban. And I know that's not baseball. Okay. But he is a very dogmatic son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
My way. We're going to do things this way. 1, 2, and 3.
Right. But at the same time, Nick Saban is continually learning.
Hold on, baby. Hold on.
Oh, I'll hold it, baby.
As a manager in my world, okay, I give my developers, my kids, a lot of leeway. I'll let them to find their own way.
100%.
I do demand certain things from them. Mm-hmm. And some of those things I demand is when a meeting is at 9:00, 9:01, we need to fucking begin. There are some people that don't like that, but that's where I'm coming from. I'm not one of those, if you get there on time, you're 10 minutes late. So what I'm getting at is my kids have responded to me well, Tom. They really have, Chris.
What's up?
They really have. And I've gotten a lot of good results.
Yeah. Hey, my kids have
I'm gonna check out, guys,
to go fuck up.
Good night, Tommy. Thanks for hopping in.
Love you, buddy.
Good night, Tommy. But they have that rope where they can go experience things, and I sit here and watch them do some stuff, and in the back of my mind, I'm sitting here and I want to blurt out, "No, don't do that," but like they gotta learn.
The reason I singled you out, and I'll be quick. I don't want to do what Nick does, but Nick is successful.
He is. I mean, I will tell you this. I can go out in public around here, and we'll go out places, and random people will stop us. And it will be kids that I've coached that are now adults that have kids or are married and stuff. And they'll come over with their wives and they'll stop us, and they'll talk to my wife more than me and be like, "Hey, I just wanted you to know, Chris was my coach. I wouldn't be where I'm at in life right now without him, and him hanging out with me and shooting the shit with me. It wasn't always on the field, but there were a lot of times that, he took us out to dinner and talked about life. And everything we did, there was a life lesson involved, not just a baseball lesson. And, now I'm coaching kids, or I'm working with the people I work with, and I use those lessons in life. And I mean, I'll tell you, I have 4 kids who have now been Navy SEALs. I have 2 that have been in the Marines version of the SEALs, and I have 2 Delta Force kids. They come back and see me, and it's fun. And they tell me they used a lot of the stuff that I taught them about leadership and how to deal with situations in their leadership roles that they have now because they're in control of people in their lives. So it's fun, man. But I mean, that's what I built myself on. I'm still continuously learning. As a coach, if you're not open to learning and looking at new ideas and expanding so you can be a better leader every day, you're not a leader, man.
No,
you're a statue ready to crumble.
Chris, I hear you. I think that one of the things that I think about Nick, I think his philosophy is harsh. However, he believes in forgiveness.
He does. He makes men. He makes men and men that respect him.
You gotta believe he believes in forgiveness.
Yeah. But every one of those men respect him.
Yes.
But the thing, and the other thing about Nick Saban and like the best coaches or best leaders is they expect the same from themselves as they expect from others.
100%.
So if you think that they are not being held to at the highest standard as well, they are holding themselves to that standard.
Right. And the beauty of Nick Saban or any coach that's worth their weight, when they lose, those kids don't lose. They lost. Yeah. When I lost games or we lost, I lost.
There's like a famous video of the Texas baseball coach Augie Garrido.
Oh hell yeah! I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know
where he loses a game, and he's like, he like just goes off. I mean, he legitimately, he's yelling at him, but he basically says like, "You guys get to go home. This is my life. Like I will live this loss for the rest of my life." And like it's a great video. It's on YouTube. He got in a lot of shit for it. And people like,
dude, Augie was real, man. He came from University of Illinois before he went to Cal State Fullerton and won championships, and then went to Texas and won championships. Dude is legit, man. Mm-hmm. And he replaced Gus, who was absolutely legit. And that's a level of coaching that you don't see in college anymore. No. You had Larry Koshel out in Oklahoma. Like, you had some legit badasses. Gene Stevenson over at Wichita State, the Mike Martins of the world. You had, man, I can go on and on. Skip Bertmans, Rod Dados. You had guys that were hardcore that would get in your face, but like, it's because they loved you and they cared. It wasn't because they were tearing you down. They love you and they want you to succeed, and you failed and they failed you, and they want you to know why and how we're going to fix this right away.
And I actually understand that as a guy that never actually taken team sports because I was always in the computer lab.
You were chasing the chicks. We know.
I was chasing people like my boy Sean. But I would say,
wow,
yes,
wow.
I was all about computers, and so I don't necessarily know if I got the thing that you got. But I would say, Chris, I understand where you're coming from because I understand it because I understand Nick Saban.
Blake Road, I wouldn't be the man that I am today without Chris Ludwig, a man with a lot less money in his bank account because of his knowledge of whiskey.
Hey, man, those great leaders. Hey, go back and watch the 1996 U.S. Amateur when Tiger Woods was at Pumpkin Ridge. There was a young CEO at the time. His name was Phil Knight. That was the CEO of fucking Nike. He was watching a young nobody at the time named Tiger Woods, and he bankrolled on him. Well, he made a fucking billions of dollars off that, man.
That's because he was making billions off some dude named Jordan that they
I was going to say, he did it twice. He did it twice.
He did it twice.
Chris, I'm going to go to you, sir. Okay. where are you in this world of raping and pillaging?
Where am I in the world of raping and pillaging?
Yeah, I mean, okay, for Scott and Scott, Sean, I'm sorry.
So in this world,
you're an athlete. You're an athlete. You're a former athlete.
Yeah. Dude, I fill my coffers and my safes, but I don't take more than I need.
Robin
I hear you in one sense, and I will tease you later on in life, but not right now. Because boredom is a real thing, and challenges are a real thing, and everyone needs a challenge in their life. So, are you insinuating, open here on Scott's Live, that there is not an assistant coach position that you want to take?
Not today, buddy. Not today. Ooh. The game has changed. Not the game itself, but the perception of players and the perception of parents on what they're owed before they've ever earned anything has changed so much that I gladly walked away from team coaching 5 years ago.
So your problem is with the portal?
No. Amateurs are very entitled this day and age.
Everybody thinks they're owed something before they've done anything. Okay?
In golf, baseball,
like
any sport.
When you walk out into a high school field, and because you were a badass at your little league complex or your travel ball team, you haven't earned anything in front of me. You haven't earned anything with me. You haven't performed for me. You haven't shown me any of your skills. I will give you all the props in the world. I will lift you up. I will help you lift up. I will get you where you need to be.
Pause.
It's not given because you think you're somebody.
May I hit pause here for a second? Are your parents still with us, sir?
Hell yeah, they are.
Okay. If I
the biggest fucking prick on earth and rode my ass like no tomorrow.
No, hear me, Chris. No, Chris, hear me. Hear me, because I'm about to slam your ass into a brick wall.
I guess that's what it would feel like when you slammed into me.
No, if I actually say something nasty about your parents right here and right now, your ass would stand up and deliver.
Sure.
Yeah.
So my point is, why can't you do that with those kids?
Because you'd be fired today.
Yep.
And you.
Yep.
Without question. If I yell at a kid, like I raise my voice and I verbally yell at him and he feels offended, I will lose my job today or be suspended.
You get crucified.
If
my kids knew, okay, my last high school team I walked into
you won, Chris.
Underprivileged.
I have no retort.
Yeah, but I walked into a inner city, underprivileged, way underfunded school. Every dollar I made there, I put back in the program. I raised a shit ton of money. We were $3,000 in debt when I walked in there. When I left there, we had a $10,000 surplus in the baseball account. We were an inner city school walking around, Derek. My kids had 4 fucking uniforms and 6 hats for a season. There was not another school that had that shit. Not even the schools like we played against schools in our conference where coaches were paid 5 times more than me, and we were kicking their asses all over the place. And they were finishing at the bottom of the conference, but they were in a better to do area.
Yeah. Derek,
my kids knew me, they respected me, and we did team dinners that we fundraised for, and we would have team dinners. We would all get together and do that stuff at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Every week we would do that all the way through, and it was a bonding. So everybody knew each other. I knew everybody was getting fed because I had kids that might not get fed when they got home. It was what it was. I had kids who had kids on my high school team.
Sadly, I actually do understand that. That's not where it's coming from.
But we did it. We did it, and every one of those kids are successful to this day. You know, I mean, I put 14 of those kids in that program my last year. Out of my last 2 seasons, those kids that went all the way through me, 14 of them got college scholarships to play baseball.
And this is where I struggle, and this is where I need you, sir. And you have a kid at the plate who ain't even fucking trying to swing. Okay? You hang out with me being Derek Patton. So I know you know a few swear words. You mean
quite possibly.
You mean you can't go out to that kid and go, what the fuck? That ball was right over.
Are you kidding me?
No, you can't do that. See, one thing my kids knew about me. If I ever raised my voice with them, they knew they fucked up because I never raised my voice. I was always even keel with them.
Yeah,
they knew that if I ever raised my voice, they fucked up. Okay. Now we could joke around on the bench and I could say all kinds of stupid shit to them. I would walk out to the mound. I know who I could say things to and who I couldn't. There were some kids, okay, like I'll give you guys a prime example. I don't often share this one. I had one kid, good kid. I know his parents,
baby. No names.
I know his parents really well. You know, we're friends. You know, he was a dog, dude. He was a dog. You like them girls. I walked out there. He was a very successful pitcher, and he was struggling. We were on the verge of winning the first conference title at our school for any sport in 22 years.
Shit.
First one in baseball in 20 years. I walked out there. He thought I was going to give him some big inspirational speech, you know, because we're at the end of the game. He's struggling a little bit. And I looked at him, and the first thing out of my mouth was, yo, your girlfriend's over here, but I see you over here looking at this other chick over here. You're like just eyeing her up and down, and you're pissing down your leg right now. Do you think she's impressed? Do you think you're getting that tonight? I'm like, I want you to get that tonight, and then you're going to go home and get it from the girlfriend too. Maybe you get them together. I don't know. I don't know how your game works, but I see you staring this one down, and you are not getting this new one whose boyfriend is on the other team right now unless you get your shit together. So you are you getting the threesome tonight, or you going home and jerking off by yourself?
Attaboy.
And he just looked at me and he shook his head. He goes, I am not jerking off tonight, coach. I'm like, then finish the fucking game. And I walked off the mound. The umpire looked at me like I was the craziest son of a bitch on earth. And I walked off. I didn't tell him what he was doing wrong pitching. I didn't tell him any mechanics. I cleared the mechanism.
Yep.
He was in his own head. He was thinking about everything baseball, his mechanics, all these little things. I walked out there, cleared the mechanism. Dude, he threw 3 strikes in a row and we were conference champions. You know, kid didn't even touch the ball. He was blowing 93.
I want to stop you here.
All day, dude.
I will stop you here, Chris. A, congratulations. B, outstanding for understanding the conditions on the ground. I will say this. As a guy who lead people in a lot of bullshit, I don't know if I would have taken your approach. As you were telling that story, I was like, "What the fuck was Chris thinking?" Well, and I was yelling at in my mind.
But Derek, I'll tell you, every single kid I work with, I know everything about them.
Yes,
I have relationships with them, so I understand if they're a gamer, what games they play. I know if they play other sports, and that other sport is their big thing. And that's how I coach. When I'm trying to explain to them how to do something biomechanically and they're not getting it in a baseball terminology, but this kid's a wrestler, I can explain to him that he needs to turn his body in a tight circle like he's doing a hip toss. He's like, oh, well, I can turn that way baseball. But when I explain baseball-wise to turn that way, he can't get it. But the main thing for me is I need to know everything about the people I work with. I need to know what makes them tick, what they're into, what's going on in their social lives, especially when I'm working with high school kids. I needed to know who their girlfriends were, how their relationships were going. I listened to their conversations because I need to know where they're at mentally that day.
And by the way, when I hit pause here, sir, that doesn't change.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know where you're going to go later on.
What I'm saying is we're in a fast-paced world right now. We're in a very fast-paced world where we've decided it's okay to just say we're never going to know everything about somebody or really know someone because everything's so fast-paced and people don't have time for that. That's BS. That's not giving a shit. That's going through the paces, or going through the motions.
Exactly.
I want to know everything about the people that I'm doing business with, I'm doing sports with, that I'm associated with, that is part of my livelihood. Because the more I know about them, the higher level I can get out of them.
Yes, sir.
In a sports venture, in a business venture, because I know what makes them tick. I know what makes them stop. I know what makes them go, and I understand what their goals are and where they want to be. And if I know everything about those people, I can get the highest level of achievement out of them.
Can I get a hallelujah? God damn it.
I agree with Sean. Hallelujah. I agree with you, Chris. I will say this to you. There's a young man who works for me whose wife just had a baby. And I'm going to send her a gift.
That one was better.
And why? Because I'm the fucking old man I am. And I'm going to put everybody's name on that gift card.
Of course.
That's because you're being a leader, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just an old man, Chris. I'm
No, you're a leader, dude. Leaders lead. You're picking up your whole team and making them look good.
Absolutely.
With another team member. You're not making it about you. You're making it about your team. And that is why you are a leader.
And the young man and his wife and their new daughter. And I don't have a problem with that. I just think because
they're going to appreciate that it was from the whole team.
You gotta love this, Chris. This is, and I'll be quick, Scott. I'll shut the fuck up after this.
No, you're good.
I went back. Good. I went to the pop team, the people-oriented whatever team, and I told them point blank, I am going to use my corporate card to send a gift, and I'm going. I expect no hesitation from none of you, and if you have, you need to bring it to my boss. My manager, she was a young lady. She was there. And she was like, I didn't expect that. And I was like, yeah, but that's what okay, fast forward. I spent most of my career with no management. And I had to make shit up as I went along. I'm in a position now, I've got a manager. And I am more than willing to throw shit at her. And I was like, I'm going to do this. And if you don't like it, talk to her. So this is, in my opinion, in my career, this is about the most exciting time I've had. Okay, I'm done.
Good.
Absolutely.
You work a lot harder when you're excited.
Oh yeah, Chris.
Chris, you were talking about your story of the.
You feel excited about your position. You're going to give it your all compared to just showing up and nobody cares and you don't feel like you're getting any kudos. You don't think anybody gives two shits about what you're doing. Yeah, it makes a big difference, man. Just the smallest things make the biggest difference, and we all know it. You know, another coworker, you know, coming through and, you know, giving you an attaboy or I saw what you did there. Little things, man, they go a long way. They do. If you're sitting in a cubicle by yourself forever and nobody ever comes by and gives you any words of encouragement, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna start out hot and you're gonna underperform the rest of your career.
I don't know if my position worked that way, Chris. I'm not going to do anything that anyone is going to recognize. What I am going to do is, if my kids, I hate to use that word. That sounds wrong.
No, it doesn't. I get what
I
you're
don't.
getting at.
I don't have any other words.
You're good.
If my kids do what they're supposed to do, and they perform at a high level, that is what reflects on me, not what I do. No one gives a fuck what Derek does. Are you kidding me? There's some people in the company that don't even fucking know who I am. What I am going to say is they know my children. They know what the fuck they're doing. And I sing their praises, and I defend them, and I make people above me going, hold the fuck up. You people lied. And my kids are going to lunch.
Hallelujah.
Well, I had a baby. And one of the things, Chris, you might love, I've worked in corporate America. I've worked at Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan.
Quit stealing our money.
Yeah, I've worked there, and one of the things that I can
tired of bailing your ass out, dude.
Yes, I tell my kids all the time, I've been kicked out of better places. I will defend you kids to the end. And believe it or not, Chris, they trust me because I will defend them because I don't get rat's ass.
Bro, they're going to defend you. You already told them you've been kicked out of better places and you still have a job in management.
I've been kicked out of better places than this motherfucker.
They're like, shit, this dude's been kicked out of better places and they still give him a title?
Nice couch, motherfucker.
I'm in.
Fuck
this guy knows how to survive. He's going to teach me survival skills.
Fuck your couch.
So what I'm getting at is my kids actually like me, believe it or not.
Hey, and to talk about, to add to what Chris is talking about, the worst enemy of an athlete is the 6 inches in between his ears. And that's all I got to say, man.
I want to rephrase that, Sean. I think that's the worst enemy of anyone that has to think for a little.
Or people, I should just say.
Yeah,
The worst enemy of anybody, brother, is that 6 inches in between your ears. Be nicer to people. Be kinder to people. It goes a lot longer in the world. That's all I got to say, man.
Hey, Sean, not everybody's got 6 inches in between there.
God damn it.
Yeah. Chris has a point, and I wasn't going to go there, but, he's the grown man here, so I'm going to let him go.
I'm the average. I'm the white man. I'm the average, you son of a bitch. Chris.
Hey, give me your best face when you're trying to make 4 inches killer.
Shut the fuck up, you son of a bitch.
Because I am older than all of you. Because I'm older than all of you. This is the face I got. The RCA dog.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Sean, you might not know the RCA dog. Look that motherfucker up. Chris knows.
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. The Penelope, baby.
Yeah, there's that 6-year celebration.
There you go.
Complex stave. French oak staves.
Look at how dark that thing's darker than fucking Derek. Look at that thing, man.
I want to know in some circle,
Eagle Rare. Yeah,
in some circle, that might be considered wrong. I don't know rat's ass, but I want you to know.
Derek, I love you. Come on, man.
No. Come on,
man.
Sean, this is nothing to do with me and you. I'm saying in some circles that might be considered wrong.
This is true. We are still live.
Hey, hold on, baby. Hold on.
We are.
Hold on. Scott,
The youth of the fifth quarter.
Oh,
We
Jesus.
are. We
Scott,
are.
you and Vic got a
I love
problem.
The youth of the fifth
I
quarter.
fucking love you.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
hold on.
I have not heard a
hold on.
POD song in a very
Oh,
fucking
hold
long
on,
time.
hold
Good
on.
lord.
These are
baby,
family-
come on. You know,
You know
Chris.
what?
Gonna
Once
pick
you
it
That was
guys
a
up.
understand
deep ass cut
these,
right
these
there.
are family members. Scott, you got something with it?
No, we're good.
Yo, I'll tell you this. You know why? You know why I love my guys at Fourgate? Because when I get a Fred Durst Limp Biscuit GIF sent to me at like 6:50 in the morning here with Roland, because
Dude,
just had a
baby,
state
keep
pick up all their
rolling like
allocation, and the boys are going nuts, and like they're putting Limp Biscuit freaking lyrics in a text thread. I'm laughing my ass off. I'm like, I am exactly where I need to be. These guys are on the level.
Come on, man.
Keep rolling. What? Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
Dude.
Fourgate, we're rolling. Watch out.
Early 90s. Watch the fuck out, buddy. Coming back.
Man.
Hey,
I mean,
sorry.
they still haven't left the 90s. If you see any of their concerts, they still haven't left the 90s. They're banging that hard.
New songs?
No,
It's true.
I mean, their one new video where they imposed like Putin's space and Biden and Kim Jong's and Xi. That's pretty epic video. I'll give them that, but they still go out there and hit hard on their old songs. They know what's up. Europe likes those 1980 songs, and Blake is right. Blink 182 is back. If you don't know, they're wrapping up Coachella on Sunday night. Watch it, because last weekend they slayed it. I love that concert.
It's true.
I don't think my legs have moved that much listening to a concert in quite some time, man. They were tight. They were on it. You would have thought they've been playing together for years, not taking 15 years off or whatever it is.
They all got together in the garage and played.
They might have. I mean, I'm sure the Kardashians got a big enough garage for them to play in.
Yeah, it's true.
Are you burping on Angel's Envy?
Wait, what happened?
Well,
Was that an Angel Envy burp?
It's a mixture in between Four Roses barrel strength and
I didn't burp.
Which Four Roses barrel strength, though? That's what matters.
Well, sir, hold on, you sly son of a bitch.
Oh, and an RNDC one. Cheers to the RNDC homies.
Well, I got one of these that is coming to the dugout uncracked, because I know you need that OBSD.
Well, RNDC is the sole distributor of Fourgate across the country. So, cheers to those homies. I've got to spend time with a lot of their heads of luxury divisions in Arizona and Illinois, and soon to be a couple other states. So.
Now you just need to tell them to stop distributing in Colorado and do it in Nebraska instead, because we're a lot easier to get along with.
Well, every year we're doing two to three states, so things are happening. I'm excited to find out what the next states are for next year.
Yeah.
I
It
really
won't be
am.
Nebraska for a while. That's fine.
Hey Scott, at least we can ship to you, bro.
This is true.
Chris, are you good with Shane?
Bro, I'm good with everybody. I have no
man.
animosity towards anybody. You're gonna have to understand that about me. Life is life, and I'm not gonna waste my life hating or disrespecting anybody.
Stop, Chris. Your answer is good enough.
We're cool. Honestly, we're cool. Last time we hung out, he was at my house picking up the rest of the stuff. Dude got a hug from me. That should tell you enough.
Fair enough, sir. Fair enough.
Fair
enough. I will say this. Now let's change the subject. I want to get to your house. God damn it. I promised you that in the middle of the pandemic, and then I got a fucking job. I need to take my dumb ass up there. I'm gonna make a way to get to see you. I mean that.
All right.
Actually, yeah, let's change the subject. Hold on. I'm
I
going to
was
get
gonna say,
serious.
I'm about to
first.
wrap this up.
No, I'm
I
going
was
to get
doing
serious.
bad. I was doing bad. I was talking to Chris. I need to
Well,
get my
I'm
ass
going
up
to get
there.
serious for a second, man. So, senior year of high school, man, I had two fucking friends of mine, very close friends, lives changed because of drunk driver that crashed into them. So,
Oh, shit.
and I got to tell you, I appreciate channels like Scott here, Ben, Vic, Bourbon Northwest, Chris right here. I appreciate all you guys setting up these open bars, letting everybody come in, you know what I mean? Chill, have a drink, you know what I'm saying? And do what we do. Guys,
oh yeah. And when people
tell
come here, you got to know my house is open and you stay here. I don't
That's
send you
what's up.
home until the next day.
I got to tell you, this isn't, nobody's really talked about this. You guys have probably saved a couple lives. You know what I'm talking, in between all your guys' channels, you've at least saved a few lives, man, and I appreciate
Well,
it.
you know what else, Sean? I have a better bar than any other place in the city. So fuck. Like,
Cheers to you guys,
like,
Chris, Scott, Derek. I love all you, man.
You know,
brother.
I want to say this. I want to say this, Sean. Cheers, and I respect you. I respect your story. And Chris, I was never asking anything above my pay grade.
but anyway,
Scott, you know I love you, brother.
I can't think of a better way to end a wonderful stream. Appreciate every single one of you.
Hell yeah.
And you know what? If you're ever needing somebody to talk to, you can reach out to. I'm pretty sure anybody on this screen.
And you can find me. Oh, you gotta love this.
You don't have to
find me on the internet.
There's more than enough stream.
You know how to use the internet.
And if anybody wants to come hang out, we're gonna go in the backyard for the back screen for a while.
Yeah.
Just kind of shoot shit. But
shoot the shizzle.
That's kind of where some of the best conversations happen sometimes.
God, this shit's good.
So,
it's true.
I'm gonna toast you all with a little bit of this Fourgate Ambarana, which is absolutely fantastic.
It is.
Cheers, Cheech. We are just about to wrap up. If you want to come in the background for a little bit,
come on, Cheech. Come on.
He's probably just getting done with his gig.
Even if it's a talking circle, come on, baby.
But anyway, appreciate Cheech as well because Cheech does the pub style.
Yep.
So.
Oh yes.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate every one of you. See you next week. Cheers.
You're not done.